Welcome back to the Screensavers. Our first guest today came to stardom in the 1970s while doing the Partridge Family and selling millions of records at the same time. In fact, the Partridge Family's still on the air. Just completed a run on the Family Channel, so he's got, what, I guess now would be your third generation of fans. He's been on Broadway in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's been on the West End in London. He's an actor performing in Las Vegas right now in EFX, which is... Are you not in that?
No.
Oh, I lied.
I haven't been in that for 3 years.
Well, I haven't been to Vegas in 4 years, so that would explain it. David Cassidy, ladies and gentlemen, from... that was a good show, though. I saw the show. It was a wonderful show.
Yeah, yeah, well, thank you. We had a great time doing it. They let me go in and creatively rework the show, and from that... the success. I did it for 2.5 years.
You did it a long time. That's probably why I think
2.5 years is a long time to be doing anything. One job every night. 10 nights, 10 shows a week, 48 weeks a year, 6 days a week. It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
How many years was the Partridge Family on?
It seems like 30 now.
Yes. Still on.
We did about 100 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And it was great fun to do it at the time. But while I was doing it simultaneously, I was also recording for myself and for the show, and I was also touring on the weekends and all the hiatuses, and it was 5 years, and it was an incredible experience. I loved all of the good stuff that I got from it and what I learned from the fantastic musicians and songwriters, and you know, it taught me a lot about life, and I got to meet millions of people all over the planet, but I was ready to walk away from that.
How old were you when you started that?
Well, I began working with the LA Theater Company my last year in high school, and then I went to New York and worked there for about a year, and then I came out and worked in television. I was 19 when I got... Actually, I was almost 20 when I got the pilot for the Partridge Family.
It must be hard at that age to deal with that instant fame, and of course you were a teen heartthrob. I mean, you were on, you know, Tiger Beat and all that stuff. It must have been tough. Or was it great? Maybe you loved it. I don't know.
Well, you know, there were so many aspects about it I did like, but there were also a lot of it, you know, getting robbed of basically my own identity.
Right.
And I think people's perception of me being this... I had fun playing this lightweight kind of airhead character that, you know, it worked in the comedy sense of the show, but, you know, for me to be perceived on the back of a cereal box or on a dress or comic book or a bubblegum card, and... you know, it makes, you know, when you are serious about what you do and your work, and suddenly you become this thing, it changed my life forever. And ultimately, for the better. I mean, I've gone back and re-recorded all my, a lot of my old hits, and have gone back and re-recorded basically my whole musical recording life on this new CD, which is why I'm here.
I know, you know, I've been listening to it then and now, and you start off with my absolute favorite. I shouldn't admit this. Partridge Family song, which I love, is I Think I Love You, which is a great song.
Yeah, no, it's a great song. And I went back into the original studio where we recorded all of this material, you know. How Can I Be Sure, Cherish, I Woke Up in Love This Morning, all that Heartbeat and all those great songs. With the same musicians, with legendary players. Yeah, with Hal Blaine, Mike Melvoin, Max Bennett on bass, Louis Shelton and Dennis Pudnier playing guitar. And it was really incredible to do.
What fun. I love it. Now, you have there you are in performance, of course. Still rocking and rolling.
Yes.
You have a website, davidcassidy.com. Now, everybody in Hollywood has a website now.
I've had it for years, and I didn't do much with it for a few years. It's been a great way for me to communicate with the audience and with fans all over the world. In fact, I've been on this concert tour now for the last year, and I have had a chance to really have them give me their input as to what do you want me to play? This is my first concert tour in 10 years. What would you like to hear me do? And I was pretty surprised at some of the songs, most of which are on the new CD, but I was kind of surprised at some of the choices. Cherish was by far the #1 song.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me, too.
Well, because I hadn't played it in so long, you know, because I'd been working in the theater and on Broadway and in Blood Brothers for 3 years, and then in FX for 2.5, and I did at the Copa at the Rio, and I think, you know, when you leave something, it's not like I've been out slugging out doing this all the time, so I have a great appreciation for it and for the audience and their input onto my website and to various fan websites that have been so influential. And
do you check out the fan websites?
Yeah, I do. I think it's... I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on them.
Oh, come on, you do. All night.
Okay. I actually am somebody, I deplore email. because I don't have the time for it. I mean, I deployed the cell phone thing, but
Right.
I think it's a great, for all of us, I mean, it's changed all of our lives. I use it for information to get, but I can't respond to it.
Well, of course not.
I type 10 words a minute, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, everybody knows they're not getting an email from me.
I have people to do that.
I've also been on the road. This is my 6th week.
Oh, man.
And, I mean, it's been fantastic. The shows have all been sold out, and the new CD has just come out in the UK and has gone platinum, and it's out this week in the U.S. So
Do you worry with a CD out that people are going to download it, you know, go online and...
No, I don't.
You don't?
The only thing I'm concerned about, and I have people policing it, and I'm following up on it, is people taking advantage of various auction sites on the web and selling merchandise and material to fans and charging exorbitant prices. They actually sold a lunchbox for $1,500.
Oh, man.
You know, I have always been willing to sign autographs and do all of that, but I think it's stealing. I think when we're talking about, not from me necessarily, but when you're selling music and there are writers and publishers
Right.
and people who make their living doing that, I was actually kind of pleased to hear Napster went out of business. So, only because I think that there are so many hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people perhaps, that earn their living this way. This is how we, as songwriters, make our living. And I think, you know, if you choose to listen to something and you just want to listen to it, fine. I think that's not a problem. But as opposed to going in and supporting the artist and supporting the industry itself, I'm a part of the industry, and it's been a big part of my life. So I have to support my other writers and musicians.
Yeah. Do you have a computer, I presume? Yeah.
Oh, I have many.
Many?
Yeah, I have a few.
What do you like? What?
Well, you mean what kind of a computer?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we're kind of geeky here. We like to know that.
Yeah, I know.
Inside dirt. You know.
Inside dirt about what I use?
What kind of hard drive?
Yeah. You know, I really love having this conversation because I'm such a tech idiot. My assistant sets me up and goes, click here.
Here, David.
Yeah. Now here, I've got all the fonts that I need that are set up by her, and everything I need to write a letter.
Is it a Mac or is it a Windows?
No, it's actually Windows.
Windows.
So, yeah.
Well, you don't have to apologize. It's okay.
No, Mac stuff I think has always been, from a creative standpoint, the best, but it got boxed into a corner many years ago, and I think that, you know, it's just easier for me now to use that. But I'm on it. I'm on it usually in the very late evening because I'm in producing and working and all that stuff. When I'm home, which is the last 6 weeks, I've been home 2 days. So
now,
I've been.
Your wife Sue does kidscharities.org, right?
Yes, and she is set up solely as an online charity for
That's neat.
all children's related charity. It is her life's work, and I've tried to do as much as I can to make people aware of the website. She's given 100% of all the online donations to various children's charities. If you're watching what's on the screen right now, that is part of Kids Charities. That's their homepage. And, you know, she's a wonderful person who we never expected to have a child, and she loves giving it back, and it's great to be able to do it. We're doing a golf tournament at the end of the David Cassidy Celebrity Golf Tournament in Las Vegas on the, I think it's the 27th of this month, but it's sold out, and it's in Las Vegas, and we're going to raise, I think last year we raised $250,000 and gave it to kids. So we're going to do everything we can to try and give something back to them. The album is David Cassidy, Then and Now, and they're not sold out. They'll make more. If you buy it, they'll make more, ladies and gentlemen. They print them like crazy. Yeah. David, it's been a great pleasure talking to you. I just hate you because you look so good. Oh, stop. How old? You must be in your, I don't even want to talk about 71. It. Yeah, that's what I thought. 71, yeah. Just fabulous. I'll tell you. David Cassidy, a real pleasure talking to you. Thank you. It's great to talk to you, too. Thanks for joining.